off we go from Seattle. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Right out of the gates, here's Smith. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Gino. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Gino now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. It made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 47 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Powell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
The slot man in motion right. Gibson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now Smith. Short throw to Disley. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Smith and Jigba in motion right. Now it's Smith. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? One for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
Throwing is Smith. And this one is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Brooks, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Samuel. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 70 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes our score 17-0.
Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. Here's Moore. He will return it. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
What are y'all doing?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
13 next.
To throw is Smith. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are.
And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety.
All right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
One of the best of the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner in to bring him down.
At the 16-yard line.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Howell throwing on third down here. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result,
there he goes left side. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Second and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 12.
Once more, Gibson. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
no, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, here's Gibson. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Joey Sly on for the Commander field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Here we go, hey.
Back to Walker on 1st down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made by Chase Young. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Keep it up.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. They'll fake it. Now Smith under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Noah Fant, 36 yards. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Howell from the gun. And he will slide to a hold at the end of that one. And they're going to speed things up here. And they go play action with Howell. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. straight ahead, Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Second down. Howell now being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Throwing here, Howell. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's 1st down as he'll get this up to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 77 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. And Howell will throw it. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead. For those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Powell. Open man is Samuel, complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And once more, Howe back to the air. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll toss this out right to Walker. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And Smith's throw into the hands of Fan. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 12-yard line.
To the air again, Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end Fan. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play.
Here we go, here we go. Watch the screen, baby. Watch the screen. Hey, Tony.
Walker. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. When you're down this close inside the 5, do you like putting the ball to the outside like that?
No, I like it inside. I want more quick hitters, straight ahead type runs, maybe get off tackle, but I don't want to string it out and have a chance for them to run it down behind me.
That's caught at the 3. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. That's Kobe Bryant, who was there to stop him for a loss. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh, defense, make us proud. Put them down, defense.
Hal down to throw it. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 33. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 45-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamin Davis. Still going inside the 20. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw. Howell. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take and go.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Commanders up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
36. Seahawks 7. Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Here we go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Tossing this out wide to Dallas. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
4-yard line.
On first down, it's Smith. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Man open downfield. It's Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to the air. Smith on second down. And he's got Smith and Jigba. A good pickup there, 26 yards. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Here's Walker. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Geno. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. They made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance, if they want, to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Powell throwing on third down here. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Here's Smith. And it's intercepted at the goal line. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. A give running right, Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 92 yards rushing now for Gibson. He's got a first down.
A gain of 5. First down, Washington.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's Howell. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Hey, we go.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Smith to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
For a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Well, they need to score and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute. 1st and 10. Smith's going to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Smith throwing again. Dancing to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts.